So, I just saw a video this morning on YouTube, and on the small icon it was saying something like stop wanting, start accepting, which I found kind of inspiring as a, well, kind of reflects the process of less expecting and being more in a listening mode, in a receptive mode, and less projecting things on how things should be. And you know, it's not wrong to want things, it's a drive in life. So it's very important, and I think it's very important to develop a vision of what you want for yourself and the way you want to be in life and all this stuff. But then we also need to take distance from this vision, from these expectations, in order to give space for life to happen and to lead us there. What's actually happening in a more energetical way or spiritual way or psychological way is when you create a vision of something you want to achieve, you kind of project yourself in space and time. So you create kind of a timeline towards a point in space and time where you want to be at some point. That way you want to move towards. But where acceptance comes into play is to accept where you are today. Like, you are not there, obviously. If you want it, you are not there. But it is as important to acknowledge where you are today, to accept it, to love it, in order to be able to move there. Because it's like when you create this vision, you create an external perspective on your situation today, and it creates this both a double perspective on this is where I am today, and I'm looking at where I want to go, and this is me, my higher self of in the future, looking at where I am now. So each point of view, each perspective inform the other, and the future vision will not happen the way we expect it to, because we don't have all the knowledge, all the wisdom, all the experiences in order to embody that state of being, or otherwise we would already be there and we wouldn't desire to experience it. So we need to let go of all our expectation of how it should happen, because it's a limited view of the person I am today, if that makes sense. It's like my vision today is too narrow-minded, is too narrow. My mind is not expanded enough in order to embrace the reality of the tomorrow I want to experience. So it's really like this back and forth play of I feed into this vision to create an external point of view, to reflect back on where I am today, and as I do, it informs me of the decisions I need to make in order to move in this direction in space and time, towards this higher vision of myself. But I need to let go of how I think it should happen. I create this perspective to better understand where I am today, and then this newfound awareness will be the factor that will transform me if I allow it to work through me, if I allow myself to align with it and to take decisions informed by this other perspective of myself, this new perspective on myself. Anyway, so to project and release, to project and let go, but it's all finally looking back in the now. And I can create different perspective in space and time. I can, my former self can also inform me on where I am today. It's creating anchors in space, in time, let's say. Space and time are the same, but like in time, whether it's in the future or in the back, we kind of create anchors through experiences to inform us on where we are today and to better understand the situation we're in today, to help us move through and transform what needs to be transformed. It all already exists within us. If we have a certain vision for ourselves in the future, it's because there's something in us that is already connected to that. So it's all about coming back to the present, to the now, and to let this nurture us, to nurture it by giving attention to it, by to feed the vision, because to allow it to speak to us, to stay connected and to keep feeding this connection. And if I keep feeding this perspective, I will naturally move towards, because I will put on this new state of being. It's like practicing to be in this state of being, and this state of being will in turn inform me on my way, on the decisions I need to make, the choices that will come my way anyway, but I might be able to make different decisions when I'm connected to a different state of awareness, state of being. Anyway, hope that makes sense. It's a bit more abstract stuff here, but I love this kind of stuff as well, and I think it's very important to, the psychological or spiritual or energetical aspect of things is also very important. And even when you have a physical goal in your training or in your physical practice, a very specific, very down-to-earth goal, I think it's worth it to also consider these more subtle energetical things, because it is not my actual level of consciousness of my current ego that will be able to create a new reality. My ego is only able to perpetuate the same reality over and over. But if I project myself outside of this reality and create for myself a new vision to implement a new state, a new kind of awareness of who I am, a different perspective, a different self-image, then from this external perspective, I will kind of create a bridge in order to step out of my current reality and move towards something new. And it's not about better or worse, it's also about just different transformation, because transformation is life, and it is through movement, through transformation, that we are that we stay aware, consciousness if you stay in the same point, you die, meaning you crystallize around the same point and you kind of close yourself. To stay alive, when you're alive, it's all about this game of shifting perspective, shifting place, keeping moving, always moving, and to find balance within this movement of perpetual transformation and growth. And that's not settling for a certain self-image, for a fixed way of being that might feel that might provide a sense of security in some way, but at the end of the day, it's our nature is not like that. It's provide a sense of security for our ego, which is the image we have of ourselves, but this image is bound to be transformed in order for our inner nature, from our deeper core, like the life within us, to keep unfolding and expressing itself. And that's the beauty in all of it.